pull downstairs are just out of view, right behind me. Indeed, there's a window over there. Attics are indeed interesting places. They are places with old things and stored things, surprises, and maybe even a mystery or two. Tonight we offer our second play in our series, Lent in the Attic. Tonight's play is, you can tell me, house hunting.
This house becomes available. Besides, why should God care about you being in an house. Doesn't God care about us being happy and comfortable families?
That's not the point. The issue is how comfortable. This is a lot of house.
We can afford it, honey.
It is within the boundaries the mortgage company said we could afford, but they don't take everything into account. They want us to be house poor. They're in the business of pushing houses. For instance, since you brought God into this equation...
You shouldn't have done that.
Really?
She's into God, and probably not the same way you are.
Yes, I'm into God. You should be more so. Does that mortgage company ever mention anything about our gift to the church? Do they take that into account when they do their finance and figurings?
Well, they can.
Or how about the simple issue of what a house can say about us?
This house says wonderful things. It says charm and quality.
It says attic conversion to me. Look, I'll put a dormer and a window right here.
It could also say that we care more about a house than we do about other things.
I don't, but it would be a fun place to raise kids.
What message would it send to the kids? That we're special? That we all should have our own private spaces in our home? Sometimes I wonder if our parents and their parents didn't have it right. You know, simple houses, crowded bedrooms, bunk beds, shared spaces, one TV and a table crammed into the corner of the kitchen.
I don't know. I grew up like that, and sometimes it was tough getting a word in edgewise and even a bite in edgewise at the table.
But you got to know one another, didn't you? When you thought about those kinds of homes, you thought family, not better homes and gardens.
There's nothing wrong with having that.
No, there's not, but I'm just sharing my struggle. You got me at a bad time, you know?
What do you mean?
You probably wouldn't understand.
Try me.
It's Lent.
Oh no, here comes the Lent stuff. She gets more stuff for Lent, chocolate, coffee.
I think Lent is a special time, that's all. And it's all about sacrifice and discipleship, our journey as disciples. And I sometimes think that all the things that get in the way of our discipleship the most is stuff. Homes, cars, television, things. Isn't that why we give up things for Lent? So that we can focus on what really is important?
I know. You could take one of the rooms downstairs and put in an altar or chapel or something.
Don't be sarcastic with me. The house should be a chapel. The home should help you in your walk with God, not get in the way.
This won't get in the way.
Are you sure there will be more to do around the house? More chores, more projects, and it will be hard on our finances. I won't cut down on what we give to the church. Remember Ananias and Sapphira.
I know.
Who are they?
A realtor's nightmare. They're the people in Acts who do not give the full amount that they are supposed to the church after the sale of land.
What happens?
I'd rather not say.
Tell him.
They are struck down. Dead.
Wow, God takes his commission seriously.
Yes, stuff gets in the way of God's commissions, you know. Giving of, what does our prayer say? Our time, ourselves, and our possessions. Well, we have to watch the stuff, even the choices we make in our homes. Maybe we should simply have a moratorium on buying and selling houses during Lent. Don't you think that would be wise?
No, not at all.
Give up moving or charging or acquiring more stuff during Lent.
Look, my pastor wouldn't go along with that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I know the story of Ananias and Sapphira, and I do give what God expects. Isn't that the point?
What?
No matter what house you live in, or what car you drive, or anything you do with stuff, you are called to give faithfully to God. Stuff, time, money, back in Thanksgiving. And if God enables you to buy this house, yes, you should give thanks.
But a lot of people don't. The house swallows them, like Egyptians chasing Israelites. They got drowned after chasing after their possessions, their slaves, their gold, their things. Be honest. Some people get drowned in the floodwaters of success.
Yes, I'll be honest, it happens.
Sometimes I wish instead of sprinkling people in baptism in our church, we would dunk them. You know, hold them under. Because that's what baptism's supposed to be. A total drowning in God, a total submersion. Instead, all too often we get drowned by those other floodwaters.
I don't disagree with you, I really don't. I've seen it happen.
So have you ever told someone not to buy a house because it might hurt their faith journey?
The truth?
Of course.
Yes.
You have?
Yes. And I will always remember the first one I told that Christian. The Christian makes the house. This place can be anything you want it to be.
I guess.
I do love it.
Can I talk to this old house fixer-upper husband for a moment, please?
Certainly. I'll be right downstairs. Be careful on those steps.
You too.
Remember, in my Father's house are many rooms. Many.
Very funny.
Okay. All of this could be storage.
You're way ahead of yourself. Why don't you stop and think once?
Because if I stop to think, I'd never make any decisions. I wouldn't even have gotten married if I would stop to
Thanks a lot.
think. Just joking. But sometimes you do have to trust your instincts. This is a great house, and she is right. The Christians make the house. No matter where we live, it will be like that line. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I'll tell you what. How about if we sit down today and run the numbers and make sure we figure in our church gifts and other gifts and anything else?
I don't want to be house poor.
I agree.
And I also don't want to be spiritually poor.
No, we certainly can't afford that.
Okay, run the numbers.
This attic, I could fix it up for next to nothing.
We are not doing anything with the attic.
But honey,
I'm telling you, nothing.
all right, for now.
Forever,
Talk about it.
talk.
Let's go. Watch yourself. See you, Wally.
Let's go.
You can say goodbye to Wally.
I'm not saying goodbye to the warthog.
Don't insult the Wally the warthog, sacred guardian of the house.
Joe,
Say goodbye to Carolyn. Say goodbye to Wally.
goodbye, Wally. Now, can we go?
See you later, Wally.
It is an awfully nice home. Don't you just love the fireplace?
We'll have to get it checked out before we use it.